Good day, middle school. Heather DeLauren here. A little tutorial on PearDeck. PearDeck is a way to present your PowerPoints or existing Google slideshow in an interactive way. So you would begin by logging into your Google Drive account. If you notice up here, I am logged in to Google Drive, and then in my search engine, I typed in PearDeck, and then I'm going to click the teacher login. That is going to take me eventually to a screen that has this, but prior to that, it's going to ask me to accept the policies in place, and it's going to add it into your Google Drive as an extension. So whenever you open up your Google Drive the next time and you click on New and you go to More, you're going to see that PearDeck is an extension, and you only have to do this when you initially set up PearDeck. After you've initially set up PearDeck, it will always be linked to your account, which is nice. Alright, so whenever you do start creating PearDecks and open it up, you will get a view of all your different PearDecks that you have. So we're going to create, you can open an existing PearDeck if you would like, or open up an existing PowerPoint or a Google slide, and then import that into PearDeck, and then you can create it as an interactive presentation tool from there. Or you can create a new PearDeck. Today, we're going to create a new deck. So you'll get the same, this is what it'll look whenever you create a new PearDeck. You can click on Untitled PearDeck to title it. You can import it from this screen as well, a PowerPoint or a Google presentation or a PDF to get started faster and create an interactive PearDeck from there. Or you can start from scratch. I have decided to walk you guys through starting from scratch. So then you would click here on a new slide. You would get the title screen. You can add an image, you can add a text box here, you can add lists, and add YouTube videos from here. Then you'll have options to what kind of slide you want. Do you want a normal slide? Do you want a draggable slide, a freehand drawing, multiple choice slide, free text slides, or free response? If you click on the add an image, you can add image from your images, or you can do a Google search for images. The same way, if you do put on a video on here, then you can search any YouTube video that are out there. So let's start by looking at this one. If I was going to do a PearDeck training one, and I wanted to add an image of a Google image, I might search pears. We'll even do PearDeck. Let's see if we get an image for PearDeck up there. All right, so I'm going to just select this one. Then I can choose to decide if I want to, what type of slide or what type of question, how do I want to make the slide interactive for the kids. I'm going to do a draggable slide on this one, and I'm just going to ask the questions to the kids. Which pear looks juicier? Or I could do and so then they would be able to drag the dot to the pear that they would eat. Or I can ask a more serious question like, would you use PearDeck in your classroom as a presentation tool? So, once I've clicked on this, it's a thumbs up, thumbs down, so they'll be able to drag the dot. They'll be able to drag this little dot here over to yes, thumbs up, or nope, I don't think I would use PearDeck as a presentation tool in my classroom. Alright, so I'm going to move this one down. Another way you could use PearDeck is how would you use PearDeck in a classroom? I just chose to do a free text response here and paragraphs, so then the kids will be able to just put in like a brainstorming activity of what they would use. If we created another new slide and we did, let's see what kind of questions we have here. I could do a multiple choice, so I could say, what is the state capital? And I can add a Google image of the state of Missouri. Put that on there, select that, and then I could give them choices. Jefferson City, Springfield, Alright, so then when I'm ready, I'm like, okay, this is all I want to say. Then I can hit the Start Presenting. In in Start Presenting, you have different options. The Open Session Dashboard is more for a one-on-one. So if I created an Open Session dashboard, students would have more control over the presentation a little bit, so they could navigate through the dashboard a little bit easier. It's benefit for maybe during interventions where you have differentiated instruction, you can create different dashboards for them, but still get their interactive results back from them. I use projector view whenever I'm using it all the time, and this means that everything that the teacher has put in there is just going to be put on the projector, and then the students are just going to get the questions. So if I click on projector view here, I'm going to get a code. So I've opened up a student presentation as well, so YOPGO. So I would put YOPGO, the students would enter that in, they press enter, and then they're going to get a note from us saying you're in, your teacher will begin shortly, and then I'm going to see one student has joined. Then I have all the controls here on where I want to go with this Pear Deck. So I can start now presenting. So I'd say Pear Deck training, and the students would see this. So I would say, how many of you think that you would use Pear Deck as a presentation tool, an interactive presentation tool in your classroom? So then we can say, yes, I think I would. And then on the teacher view, I can show the students' responses, so I can see all the dots on here and all the dots over here. I can lock the responses. I can ask again if I'm not satisfied, maybe the question wasn't clear and I'm thinking, oh, wait a minute, maybe I should re-ask this question. I can ask again, and then they can resubmit answers for that. All right, so if I go back to in the teacher view, I can go to the next question. So how would you use Pear Deck in class? So the students just see this. How would you use Pear Deck in class? So then they can type in what they think, how they think they would use it in class. So then I go back to the teacher view, and I can look at the student responses up on the smartboard and see all the little clouds and little brainstorming that they would decided how they would use it in class. Then I can lock the students' responses anytime I don't want to take any more answers. I can ask that question again if I wanted to, or I can ask a quick question. Let's say that kids were going in a direction that I wasn't even prepared to do. I can just say, ask a quick question about this slide. So I can ask drag a dot on an image, draw an image. I can do an agree or disagree, draw on a grid, a thumbs up and thumbs down, draw on a blank, multiple choice, true, false, yes, no, a long-term, short-term, numeric. Let's just say that I wanted to do a yes, no type question. So I just asked that question out loud. Would you use Pear Deck as a presentation tool in your classroom? The students then can say, yes, I would. We go back to the teacher view, and I can see where their answers are awaiting. All right, so then when I'm finished, I'm going to end the session, and I can title this, so there would be, period 2. I can save and close this session, and the nice thing then I get some other options, so I can export, go back into my Pear Deck, and I can export the results of the questions. So if you were doing a class quiz or an interactive lesson, or a post-test or a pre-test, should have said a pre or a post-test, then you can export those into your Google Drive spreadsheet and use Flubaroo to grade it. I hope you've enjoyed this edition of Pear Deck. I'm looking forward to filtering questions. Thank you.